in italiano di salutare tutti coloro che parlano la nostra lingua, in particolare tutti i nostri connazionali, gli amici del club Frecce Tricolori che sempre ci seguono con grande affetto nelle nostre trasferte. Ladies and gentlemen, to our right, the green, white and red of the Italian flag. These few words were in our language were to salute Italian-speaking people and to say a special thank to our fellow countrymen and to our friends of the many clubs of enthusiasts of Frecce Tricolori which always follow us with affection in Italy and abroad. Frecce Tricolori official aerobatic team is a squadron of the Italian Air Force whose assigned task is to represent values, professionalism, technology and team-working capability of Italian armed forces while exporting made in Italy worldwide. Since our constitution in Rivolto, a base in Friuli, Venezia Giulia, northeast of Italy, 1 hour from Venice, Frecce Tricolori inherit an aerobatic tradition born in the late 20s, exactly in that area by the first pioneers of Italian aerobatics. The tradition Tricolori on March the 1st, 1961. It becomes important to verify the correct identification and positioning of the reference on the ground and display. Program of the Italian aerobatic team depends on the weather and could be downgraded as prevailing weather condition was. Frecce Tricolori are able to perform a high program, the complete one. But the cloud basically is 4,000 feet above the ground. The cloud is the usage more than 2,000 feet even for the low programs where figures with vertical development will be excluded. In the worst condition of 2,000 feet of ceiling at least 5 kilometers of horizontal visibility, the program will be flat, consisting in horizontal maneuvers, neither turn and fly past with no separation within the main formation. A very few moments to go, and as a tradition, we would like to begin our show standing and singing loudly with the emotional notes of our national anthem. Tricolori 2019. Entry looping, the first maneuver of our program, the green, white and red giant triangle configuration, 4,000 feet at the top of the maneuver. This is the only figure where all 10B339 are within the formation. The next will be the first and only separation where formation is going to split into 3 sections, but not before the first change in configuration diamond of Frecce Tricolori Pony 1 at the edge The formation leader, Major Stefano Vitti, in the very center of the Diamond Pony 6, the first lot as a day hour solo. Let's go up, addressed to his women man by the voice of Pony 1, and this will be the great separation of the Cagliari. 5 aircraft to the left, 4 to the right. Now, prepare your cameras and don't miss the opportunity to take the best picture of the first amazing crossing. 3, 2, 1, shot! Amazing crossing. To the left, to the left, to the right, of 4 going up in the south luminary, following the tricolor belly and ready to order. Fuori tutti, via by the voice of the second slot, the first section shaking again its edge, and the second section great. Coming from the left, let's go within 1, mass flight 2, inverted 3, mass flight again and 4. Here are consecutive 90 degrees rolls along longitudinal axis, performing this spectacular 4 times roll. The rotation along the axis is performed with a flight path twisting and like drawing the internal of a giant barrel. The formation rolls as a single big transport aircraft indication by the lead about total energy in terms of speed and height at the top of this barrel roll. Alternation, so the information is the press ready to the exhibition of Frecce Tricolori, so 9 aircraft to the left, 1 coming from the right. Solo pilot again with another maneuver along the display line, 350 knots, white smoke, inverted flight. Roll at the display center and again inverted. This proving technical features of our seconds. Negative, pull up, search through the cockpit with resides to the 9 aircraft of the main formation, Pony 7, and 8 back to the wing of Pony 6 to the wing of Pony 9, ready to perform the next maneuver, narrated by Major Vitti. Green, white, red, with was the roll. And that's the separation. Above the section separate as 2 lunar bodies, 2 and 3 because the 113th Aerobatic Training Squadron is the official denomination of our team, where 100 among officers and NCOs are on duty every day to make this spectacular flight possible. Second section, shaping back from Little Swan to Little Rock with the attempts of Pony 7 and Pony 8, and will be another rejoin for the main formation. From the left, again, the solo comes with this in sequence rotating around axis at about 120 degrees per second roll, and preparing for the maneuver symbol of passion of all women and men of the Italian Air Force. We are one of the few jet teams performing this maneuver from the bottom to top. This will be the maneuver of the heart of Frecce Tricolori, accompanied by this renowned song, Con te partirò. again. 3, 2, 1, shot! The green, white and red of the amazing crossing of the heart of Frecce Tricolori, and after this amazing crossing of our team, once again solo pilot is soon coming from the left with his highest load factor maneuver. A roll and full throttle acceleration, 7 G's neither turn at this moment above our MD339. Everything is weighed 7 times its weight, exploring the most remote corners of the Mike Charlie 39ers flight envelope, 360 degrees turn and then inversion and negative pull up, minus 3 G's for an absolute value difference of about 10 G's. Pilot is climbing away to the right, and also from the right the main formation is coming again, ready to introduce you pony number 4 and pony number 5. Second, left and right wingman of our formation. White smokes for them while rolling symmetrically and repositioning in second wing at the back of the formation. Charlie's shape, why not? Good. Italian line, Charlie's look. Now inverted 4,000 feet over the field, the top of this maneuver, ready to give once again the stage to the solo pilot. Information will in fact soon change. Again, it's shape, it's 139, ME39, but let's look to the right, because the solo pilot is coming again with this slow roll. Pilot capability of coordinating flight controls, blocks, and rather kudos to the good. Turn to the right of our solo and from the left. As promised, in swan shape, it's going to be another barrel roll for the 9 aircraft of the main group, increasing considerably the speed of execution of this maneuver. Formation rotates gently around axis as a single giant airlift along about 70 meters. Indication in knots and height passed by the leader. This was the graceful of the swan formation roll. Moved by the solo slightly to the left, 280 knots. Take a look at the white helmet of the pilot while he's being literally pushed out of the cockpit by a strong force strong about 3 times his weight. This giant inverted triangle which is now going up soon with the green, white and red of the Italian flag. Now vertical, and the solo pilot climbing vertical will insert himself in the separation of the 2 sections. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the opening of the Arizona. Figure by Frecce Tricolori, dedicated to a place that used to be a mini pub of the first pioneer of aerobatics. 4 aircraft to the right, 5 to the left, once more time, and crossing. crossing of the Arizona, and after this amazing maneuver of Frecce Tricolori that into the sky over faithful up to 4,000 feet, he is now reading his speed decreasing to zero and his anemometer continues climbing while his altimeter pointer slowly stops and inverts his movement. An instant floating in the air and then down inside his own smoke, ladies and gentlemen. This was the tail slide of the solo pilot of Frecce Tricolori. Named a few months later in the Porto base by the polling of many enthusiasts. Ladies and gentlemen, for you today, the great emotion of the tricolor spark. Joiner for the information of the display has let's go to the left. FP339 of Frecce Tricolori, one of the few jets able to perform the next maneuver by the solo use of the top aircraft. Once again vertical, up to the sky, 2 rolls, 2 speeds, and then silence. And so let's introduce him. This was the Lomsovac of the number 10 of Frecce Tricolori, ladies and gentlemen, our solo major, Massimiliano Salvatore. Solo pilot to the right is going to reposition for the next maneuver, and also from the right the main formation is coming again. Only one. From 1 to 5 in a line, and so enjoy this double turnout by the voice of Major Vitt. This was the green, white and red of the maneuver of the double turnout double, and then upgraded a few years later in 1960, and so named the maneuver of the double turnout. 9 aircraft of the main formation now turning right, and the formation is going now to answer to one of the recurrent questions by our enthusiasts. What's the distance in flight between one aircraft to another? And so don't miss the chance to take a picture of our Macchino tricolor belly during this low speed Schneider turn with aerobrake extended. Take 2 meters of distance between aircraft for a flight conducted exclusively visually by the pilots of Frecce Tricolori, and from the left again the solo for the probably most renowned figure in his repertory synthesis of skills and the down from pilot to pilot and technical features of the Mike Charlie Fleet-9er. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the spectacular Crazy Flight. Solo pilot who's climbing to the right after this amazing maneuver, and straight in front of us beyond the sine curve of the white smoke left by the solo, 9 aircraft of the main formation are now reconfiguring in Alona formation, big wing formation. For the last maneuver of the show, the one by which we proudly spread the longest Italian flag in the world as a tradition, accompanied by the music La Turandot by Puccini and by the unforgettable voice of Maestro Luciano Pavarotti. Musica! These were the 5 kilometers of the green, white, red of our Italian flag. Frecce Tricolori's complete formation, but one of the secrets of our team is that the most experienced pilot is on the ground, former wingman and then leader of the team. The commander stays at the center of the display line with the role of directing flight in radio, communication with the formation, ensuring safety and spectacularity of the show. The moment has come, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce the commander of the Italian Air Force Aerobatic Team, Major Gaetano Farina. The 59th aerobatic season. That's all from us today. We thank you for your attention as we say, ciao, grazie.
Riccardo, thank you very, very much indeed. What a performance. We look forward to welcoming the team back to RIAT. We very much hope during their 60th anniversary season of displays and beyond. And now we see the routine coming to a close with the 10 AT339As of the team split into 2 groups of 5, making their always very spectacular formation landings. Between 1 and 2, we have the Hellenic Air Force Demo Team Beavers with the P6A Texan 2, then the Royal Air Force Drop Tutor, the US Air Force C-22 the Osprey, and the Royal Air Force Arno, and the infantry, the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrow. Then followed by the Army Air Force Taxi, the Swiss Air Force FA-18C, the Romanian Air Force MiG-21 at 5 to 4, the France injection, and then as the last item to see, Spanish Navy EAD-18 Harrier. All the other attributes that make it one of the most looked forward to items every year. A quite immense fighter by many to altitude records, even before it came into service, which it did with the Soviet Air Force in June 1985.